remind you of a few things. For beginning forward folds, it's this idea that you can have really bent knees, because as you begin to move through the practice, then you can start to straighten your knees. So for the beginning ones, whether it's for transitioning or whatever, really bend your knees. Then see how you feel to begin to straighten them in forward folding. Also, salutations. I'm suggesting 2 blocks because I think it's great, especially for this kind of salutation. When you reach up, fold forward, and I ask you to step one leg back, you have that support. It's a little easier than being like this, right? So you have that support, and then you can bring your arms up, okay? What else? Anytime down dog is offered, tabletop is a great option. And if you want to skip any of the salutations, and you'll hear me, sort of mention them before we do them, totally fine. It's your practice. Do what you want. Okay, let's find our most comfortable seat to begin. That doesn't have to be cross-legged, which is called Sukhasana. It could be with legs straight out. It could be with your legs out and your ankles crossed. But what I do want you to set up is a nice long spine, good posture. And I talk about this a lot, the back heart. So there's the shoulder blades. You can really gently bring them together. And so it's not so much that you're pulling your shoulders back, but you have this subtle movement in the back body, that back heart, those shoulder blades are moving towards each other while you relax your shoulders. And it's just a good habit to even do for yourself during the day, standing in the kitchen or wherever in line waiting, to just practice bringing those shoulder blades, that back heart together in the back. If you'd like to drop your chin a little bit, you can do that. But before you close your eyes, I want to show you something. We're going to practice Ganesh Mudra. I love this one. You take the hands in prayer and you do a little spin. So let's see if I can get this right. So the right hand ends up in the front. So this is my right hand, so don't follow me, right? So do your own right hand. So you have prayer hands. Then if you do a little spin, the right hand's in the front. Then you link the hands. So my hands are linked, and I'm going to get close to the camera so they can see. So the mudra is called Ganesh, who is the elephant deity in yoga, and the hands are in prayer. And then the right hand goes in front, and you can link the hands. And there's a little bit of a pull. You can feel you can make a little bit of a pull. And ideally, it's held in front of the chest space, and the elbows can stay up. Again, your posture is nice and long. And what we'll do in the beginning here is you can close the eyes now if you would like. I'll just cue you for the breath. Take an inhale and start to pull the hands away and engage. And then exhale, soften. But you're going to keep your hands linked, okay? Let's do that together again. Inhale, pull away, engage, expand, and then soften. And then do that one more time. Inhale, engage, pull, 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 and then soften. And then just hold Ganesh Mudra for a moment. Soften the shoulders, the jaw, the face. Come back to prayer hands, Anjali Mudra, and then reverse it. So left hand will be in front. Link, I know, right? This is tricky. Relax for a moment. Ganesha yoga is the remover of obstacles. So if anything's in our way, Ganesh removes them. Inhaling, pull, 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 engage. Exhale, soften. Inhale, pull, engage, soften, and then do that one more time for yourself at your level of engagement, and then soften, and then just hold. Ganesh Mudra. We meditate on Ganesh for maybe a new job or a new venture or traveling even, to remove obstacles. And Ganesh is always seen sitting on a little tiny mouse, if you see a statue of him, and the mouse represents the mind. And Ganesh is controlling the mind, bringing it back to being focused. And Ganesh teaches us that the obstacles aren't outside of us, but within. All right, let's bring the hands to heart center. Relax your shoulders. Just pause for a moment, dropping the chin. Take a couple of deep breaths into your whole body here for a moment. Notice how you feel today physically. Notice your thoughts, what's on your mind. And as we move through our practice today, we'll have a couple other opportunities to practice that Ganesh Mudra. Think about, maybe a venture you're going on or something new that you're starting and how you can approach that situation to remove any obstacles that might be in your way. Let's breathe into that just for a moment. And I'll start class with the sound of one Om. You're welcome to join me, but you don't have to. Take a silent inhale. Om. And we'll blink the eyes open and bring our hands down and let our legs come in front and just prepare your legs. The next movement we'll go to is tabletop, but just sort of rub into your legs, wiggle your toes, maybe even point and flex. So we have to, work through this whole body to feel great by the end of our practice, which we will do. So moving your toes, sort of rubbing your legs a little bit, getting that flow. And then we'll come to tabletop. Some of us might already know that we need something under our knees. Maybe you don't if you have a couple mats. But coming to tabletop, you are weight bearing. So see how your hands and wrists feel. You might be able to put them on blocks to take off a little bit of pressure, but just begin to sort of sway back and forth, that you feel your body moving in space. You can even drop the head here. It seems to be a habit to always sort of hold the head up. So have it be today that you remember to relax your neck and your head. Maybe even pull the chin in a little bit as you sway and move the spine back and forth here. Let's find stillness here together and go right into cat-cow. That's that movement that I like to call the balm for the spine. So when you inhale, do that back bend, open up your throat. Exhale, round, drop your head, pull your chin in, and really arch that spine like a cat, like an angry cat. Inhale, back bend. You can have your eyes closed here or open. You're not worried about balance because you're on the ground nice and low. But definitely follow your breath. Breath makes asana, which are the poses, yoga. So really following the breath here. And then one more time. And then let's come back to center. Okay, find yourself supported here. You're going to go ahead and reach your right arm forward like you're trying to reach to grab something. So reaching the right arm forward, really engage it. Exhale, bring it down. Try it with the other arm. Reaching. And then bring it down. All right, let's add the leg, meaning that when you reach your right arm forward, the opposite leg either comes back, staying down, or lifts up. It's called ruddy goose. Reach, reach, reach. Long line. Exhale, bring it down. Try it out on the other side, please. Opposite arm and leg. Drop your head down. Don't crunch the back of your neck. Stretch. And then down. All right, let's add on, but let's give our hands a little break. So if you need to sort of come up, I call this catch and release. It's nice for sore hands. Okay, coming down. We're going to add that. We're going to have that right arm out and the left leg up, but I'm going to ask you to curl in and bring your elbow to the knee on the exhale and then reach it back out. So you're inhaling here as you reach. Exhale, curl and engage your center. Try that 2 more times. Follow your breath. Nice and slowly. And then bring it in. Reach it, reach it, reach it. Maybe hold it for an extra second and then lower. And then give your hands a break. Shake them out, catch and release. Come back. Set up the other side that the left arm reaches. Opposite leg. Okay, get that. And then let's match it with the breath. Remember, the exhales when you curl in and tap the knee to elbow. And then inhale is the reach. Exhale is the curl. That's that lock. And then 2 more times for me. Don't ever feel like you have to go fast. Take it nice and slow. Follow your breath. 1 more time. And then reach, reach, reach. Linger for a second. And then come down. All right. Let's give these hands a little break, and we're going to flow through child's pose dynamically. So that means we'll inhale, have that back bend, but then exhale, fold. And then maybe move the hands a little forward because we're going to flow here. So inhale up, maybe drop the hips a little bit. exhale back. Do this in your own style, meaning that you can drop these hips as much as you want to. If you want to do a really nice back bend, you could. If it's too early for that, you're really just coming into a little bit of a back bend here. Okay, so modify that for yourself as you need. One more time. And then let's stay back in child's pose. So set your child's pose up, balasana, that you're feeling that it's really getting space in your body, right? If you want to open your knees, you can. You can reach your arms forward if you'd like. Again, it's your practice. So make sure that you're doing a variation of it that feels good for you. What do you need? Really be aware of that. Okay, we're going to add that ruddy goose, that leg and arm lift from this posture, from child's pose, because it's a whole sequence in itself. So what happens is if your arms aren't reaching forward yet, go ahead and bring them forward. Have your knees come a little closer together, only because you're going to come up. And on your next inhale, go ahead and rise up to tabletop. Next movement, you'll reach the right arm forward, left leg back. Then come back to child's. Exhale. Other side. Take it slowly. Reach as you come up. Keep your chin down. Back to child. So now it's a little more challenging because we're moving from low to high and having to balance. So figure that out for yourself. Your eyes need to stay fixed on a spot right down on the mat for that lift. Try one more time. Reach, and then let's meet in child's pose. Take your time. All right, and then just be still. Notice how you feel after that little bit of flow. Breathing here. Stretching the arms, positioning the legs as you need, reconnecting with your breath. You know, the mind always comes and goes with the breath. Just gently bring it back. Okay. This is where I'd love to give you options for dynamic down dog. So we'll come to tabletop to flow a little bit. Once again, if you don't practice down dog, you could always be in that cat shape. So first we'll curl the toes, get a little stretch on your toes. So curl those toes under, take an inhale, curve the spine, look forward. Exhale, press up into downward facing dog. Let the whole exhale come out. Come back down with control. You can keep the toes curled. Inhale. And do that again. Exhale. Really go slowly here, whether you're doing cat-cow or the down dog. Slow and steady. Follow your breath, please. Okay, so now you're either lingering in that forward fold in that tabletop position or you're in down dog for the hold. You can pedal your feet, adjust your hands as you need. And once again, maybe you're still in cat-cow, still moving that spine, breathing. Most importantly, the meeting point we're going to have is at the back of our mat. So think about how you can get there. Walk the hands back to the feet, bend your knees. Remember I said that. Roll your spine up. Reach the arms up. Bring your hands to prayer. And bring that prayer right to your heart center. Okay. Let's begin our standing practice together. We're going to start from the back of the mat. So you're okay if you're at the back like I am. And let's begin to inhale, reach the arms up, stretch up, just the arms to begin. Bring the arms down. So the whole time you're following your breath and you're making these movements that you're putting effort into it, meaning that the arms aren't just going up, but you're actually reaching up to stretch, to get a good stretch in your whole body. Try that one more time. Okay, nice. Now, take your arms, we'll make that frame. So that's where that hands go towards the elbows. Here you are, right away you can feel, right? You're getting a little bit of a stretch. Drop your chins and then see how it feels to start to lift that frame. Maybe you just stop at the forehead or the eyebrow area, or maybe it feels okay to go up a little higher. Take your time, always breathing. Okay, soften the knees, and let the body come forward, but try to keep the frame. Take your time. Chin in, drop down. You'll come back up and try to keep that frame, please. So come all the way up, but let's have the arms be in front of the shoulders. Having this here, and then release. Shake it off a little bit. Okay, let's flow a little more into what I call half salutations, where we will fold forward. Last week, we did a half lift and we just had our hands here. This week, I'm going to ask when you do the half lift that you actually reach the arms out a little bit, okay? So let's try it together just to see how it feels. Always following the breath. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Do that half lift on the inhale and reach your arms by your ears. Drop back down. Come all the way back up, reach up to the sky, and the last movement is just the arms come down. And we'll try it 2 more times. Inhale up. Uttanasana, fold forward. Ardha Uttanasana is the half lift, reaching your arms. Send your seat and your hamstrings back. Drop back down. Reach up to the sky. And the last movement is the arms down. All right, last one together. That breath is like your instructor. You're really following it for the lift. You're following it for the half lift. You're dropping down on the exhale and then reaching up on the inhale. Okay, arms down. We're going to send the right leg forward, but take a breath. Relax. Right leg steps. So this is going to be the posture called Chandrasana, which is moon, that I'm on the ball mount of the foot and my heel's up. If that doesn't feel good to your body, you could put the foot down, but I am teaching it today that we're sort of stretching that back. This is a high lunge, high crescent moon lunge. The front knee bends. So get balanced, keep your eyes focused, and we'll begin to flow. So the moon poses always relate to Ganesh because the story is that the moon was making fun of Ganesh for eating too many sweets, and he took off one of his tusks and threw it at the moon. And then the moon was knocked out of light, and the sun had to shine on the moon in order for the moon to shine. It's a really sweet story. Kids love it. Okay, we're going to flow down before we go into half moon or moon pose, and then we'll reach up to hold it. Find that balance of soft but strong here as you reach up. That back leg is getting a nice stretch. Take one more breath. Float your arms down and let's step forward. Let's meet in the front. Pause. Tadasana, mountain pose. Stand up nice and tall. Take those shoulder blades together in the back. I am going to offer a full salutation here. So let's do it together and let's modify as we need. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, folding forward. You're either going to make your way to down dog or tabletop. Take your time. Take a breath or two in down dog or tabletop. And then from here, either lower down hands and knees, or maybe you want to go for plank, all the way to your bellies. Now, when you get here, since it's our first back bend on our belly, take each leg and lift it up. Stretch out the body. Press your hands on the ground, pulse up, just a little one. Back bend. Come down, and then let's flow backwards out of it. Either plank or tabletop, you decide. Either tabletop or down dog. And we want to go to the back of the mat again. So take your time to walk back, bend the knees, roll the spine up, reach up. And let's all meet with the arms coming down and standing in mountain or Tadasana. Okay, let's do high lunge on the other side, high crescent moon. Let's see, left leg goes forward. Okay, again, I have this toe hooked and my heel is up. And as you start to bend in, you can reach your arms up. This is the flow of it. Anytime we flow or move or breathe even, we're moving prana, energy through the body. So you can imagine that it's not sitting there, but you're moving it through, distributing it through your body. Okay, one more time. Okay, just relax for a moment before you do the hold. Make sure you feel balanced. Fix your gaze.
Sorry, I can't hear you, Roberta.
Then go in for the
I
hold.
can't hear you, Roberta. Damn it. What? What?
Breathing here. Can we make sure we're muted? Thank you. Take one more breath, high lunge. Okay, arms come down, leg goes to straight. Go ahead and step forward. Relax, find Tadasana, mountain pose. Take a breath. Breathing here, let's do one more flow. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward. Decide if you're going to down dog or tabletop. You might even be using those blocks if you'd like, if you go to tabletop. Take a breath. You decide how to lower down, whether it's through plank or the knees come down all the way to the belly. Go right into that back bend when you're ready. Soft and steady. Keep your chin down if you can. Flow down. And we're going to reverse right back out of it, whether we do plank or tabletop, whether we do down dog or tabletop. And we're going to meet at the front. So look up to your hands, bring your feet up, roll your spine up, reach your arms up to the sky, and bring the hands in prayer right in front of your heart. And then just be still for a moment. Just be still. Breathing here. All right, feel yourself on your 2 feet here. And we're going to go into tree pose. That's when we lift one leg. And I think if you missed it in the beginning, the mudra we have today is the hands are in prayer. And it doesn't matter which way you spin, but you can put the right hand in front, left hand back, and link hands. This is Ganesh Mudra. Standing here, if you want to try to do tree pose with this, the right leg can come up. And it might even help to have that pull, right? That grip with Ganesh Mudra. Take your time, feeling the stability of that leg that's holding you. Take one more breath. I think this might be our trick. And then come down, that mudra, relax. Okay, we're going to add on. So we're going to do it. So hands in prayer. Let's put left hand in front, right hand behind. No big deal if you switch it. Link, a little bit of a pull. Okay, other leg. Feel grounding, feel stability here. Keep your gaze steady. And now the challenge of it is we're going to release our mudra and open up the arms. Holding it for the last breath. Long spine. And then go ahead and release down. Beautiful. Pause here for a moment. Yep, just let your body relax. Let's find Tadasana, mountain pose. Samastitihi is when we're even. We'll turn the palms out, but we'll add movement this time, just with the arms. Inhale, scoop up, reach up. Exhale, tap that you can tap your upper back. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, down. Modify this as you need, please. Follow your breath, please. Tap. You can drop your chin a little bit. That might help take a little tension out of your neck. Okay, last one before we hold it. And then just be still for a moment. Relax your shoulders. Set up that back hard again. Turn the palms out. Inhale, reach up, scoop up. This is the hold. So now we have the chance to drop the hands. Make sure your elbows aren't doing this. So hug them in and really reach your elbows up to the sky. Let's go down to that rib cage area and feel the rib cage lifting up. Drop your chin. Keep breathing, please. One more breath. Reach up and stretch up, and then long exhale to bring it all down. And relax. Just see how you feel in your body, okay? I do like to start the standing poses from the back of the mat, so quietly travel to the back of your mat. We'll move through a series of standing poses that you might want to block for, okay? Just in case, I'm just telling you, you might want to block. Let's start by taking the right leg forward, left leg back. So we're going to keep the toes pointed forward, but we're going to bring the back foot to line up with the back of the mat, and we're going to turn our body because we're going into triangle. Yep. Arms come up. If you practice triangle with the block, it would go right here in front of the foot. Otherwise, let's go ahead and expand and open the chest, and let's come on down. Take your time, either on your own body or the block or the ground. Reach that top arm up, fingertips up to the sky. Fix your gaze so you're not looking all around. Take one more breath. And we'll go ahead and we'll float up. Arms open, chest expands. Drop the arms, and you're simply going to switch the feet. So now the feet are parallel for a second. Then you'll point the other toes back. Block is there if you need it. Let's set it up. Inhale, arms up. Let's flow down together. Exhale, come on down. Triangle on the other side. Reaching the fingertips up. Fixing your gaze. Maybe drop your chin a little bit. Expand in your chest. Take one more breath for me here. Trikonasana. Come all the way up. Expand, expand, expand. Arms come down. Turn the feet to parallel and then just step the legs together. And you can stay facing sideways. That's fine. Take a breath. Take a breath. Let's actually reset by just lifting our arms up and down. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, arms float down. Try that 2 more times. Inhale up. Reset the breath, reset the body, exhale down, and then one more time. Reach up and down. Okay, go ahead and take that step open long ways again. So you'll be open long ways. Yep. We're going to have the block as a just in case. We'll have it here. Turn the right toes out, please. Bend into the right knee. Back foot is in line with the back of the mat like you did before. Float your arms up. It's called Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. We are going to flow in this. So get your balance here. Warrior 2. And the flow, the dynamic movement of it looks like this. Inhale, arms reach up. See if you can tap your fingertips together, straighten the leg, and then go right back into it. Exhale. Keep going. And you can even shift your gaze, looking forward, then looking over the hand. And see how the body sort of responds to that. Shifting your gaze really gentle here. Let's try it 2 more times. Up and down, reach and stretch. Find Warrior 2, reach up, and then let's hold it. Ready? Find it here. Virabhadrasana 2. Vira is the warrior. Expand in your chest. Strong arms here. Try this. Flip your arms so your palms are up. Feels different. Relax the shoulders. Let's reverse it then since we did that. Drop the back hand and then reach back. And for some of us, it feels better to straighten that leg to reach back, or we can keep it bent. Whatever way feels that you can get the most space in your body, take one more breath. Come on out of it. Turn the feet to parallel. Actually, step your legs together again and take a breath. Let's flow just with the arms. Inhale up, exhale down. 2 more times. Reset yourselves. Inhale up, bring the arms down. And then one more time, reach your arms up, bring them down. Okay, other side. Go ahead and step the legs open, that comfortable step. Yeah, you can stay facing that way. Turn your left toes out. Warrior 2, back foot is in line with the back of the mat. Arms float up. Try with your palms down first. Okay, now we're going to flow. Ready? Inhale, reach up, straighten the bent leg. Exhale, find it. And there's this real grounding. Keep going. Feeling when you come back into that, you really are sort of pushing the palms down as your arms are strong in it. One more time. Okay, let's tap up here. Let's enter Warrior 2, Virabhadrasana 2. Hold it for a moment, gazing out over the top of that palm. Okay, we'll do that little flip that we did on the other side with the palms up. Feels different rotation. And then let's reverse this warrior. We'll drop the back hand and reach up and over and get a really beautiful stretch here. And you can look where it's comfortable for your neck. You can also straighten that bent leg if that feels better to your body. It all depends on what kind of stretch you want to get. Take one more breath here for me in the reverse. We'll float out of it. Bring the arms down, feet to parallel, step your legs together. And I do want you to stay facing that way for one more thing. So take your time, take a breath. This time we're going to reach the arms up and stretch up, but we're going to fold forward, forward fold, exhale. And then try that 2 more times. Inhale, reach up. We're just doing a little counter pose here. Exhale, fold, an even symmetrical dynamic pose. Inhale up, exhale, fold. And then let's all meet at the top here. Reach your arms up and let's stay upright and just bring the arms down on the last one. So just bring your arms down. Take a pause for a moment. Okay, I would like you to use a block on this next one, just because sometimes we do this next pose. It's called extended side angle, where we really put the weight here. But I'm going to give you the block today. If the block doesn't feel high enough, sometimes students even put a block under the block to make it a little higher. Let's stay facing on our long ways on our mat. Let's open up our legs, take that comfortable step, turn your right toes out. So just as we've been doing, reach the arms up to shoulder height, bend into that right leg, Bring the arm down and reach the top arm up and over. So when you reach the top arm up and over, the palm is down. Yep. Take the moment to set it up for yourself. You have a long line from the fingertips to the sole of the foot. Take one more breath. And then with control, come on out of it. Windmill the arms. Bring the arms down. Okay. Pause. Feet to parallel. Move your blocks if you need to. Left toes go out. So important, the setup. And that's all flow. That's all transition. So arms up. We bend the knee. It's almost like warrior two. We come down as we reach the top arm up and over. Breathing. Palm is down. You feel that long line from your fingertips to the outside of that back foot. Take one more breath. One more breath. And then go ahead and sweep up with your inhale. All that prana, energy, open, open, open. Arms down. Step your legs together. And now we'll face forward. Okay. Let's bring the blocks to the front. You'll see why in a second. Let's all meet in mountain pose. Strong, solid pose. You can turn your palms out if you'd like. Just notice how you feel. We're going to start to flow a little bit, so just notice how you feel in stillness here for a moment. Okay, let's sneak in a little balance practice. Inhale, reach the arms up, heels come up. Exhale, arms down, heels down. Keep your eyes on a spot. So important. Try that a couple more times. Long breath. I'd say the longest breath you can get. Okay, just pause. Just be still for a moment. We're going to try to hold it. So when you're ready, arms up. I had a student once say, what if I'm never ready? When I said, when you're ready, reach up, relax your shoulders, keep your gaze focused, and then slowly come down and relax for a moment. Okay, let that go from the body. Find yourself at the front of the mat. These blocks are here for a reason because we're going to move through a different salutation. It's C variation, and there's a low lunge. So that means we'll inhale, reach up. We'll exhale, fold forward. If you need the blocks, use them. Step your right leg back, drop the knee. And if it feels good and you feel stable here, reach your arms up. Anjaneyasana, low crescent moon. So another moon pose. Breathing here. Expand in the arms. If you'd like to open them up, you could even soften your elbows. Breathing here. Okay, we're going to have another opportunity to do this. So float the hands down. We got to come back out of it. So curl the back toes, bring the leg forward, roll the spine up, reach up, hands come to prayer. Bring the prayer right in front of your heart. Pause for a moment. Breathe. Let's do the other side. Inhale. Gently folding forward. Use those blocks if you need to. Left leg back. Gently drop the knee. And when you're ready, try to match your in-breath with sweeping the arms up. Anjaneyasana, soften it with the arms if you need to. You're still getting a beautiful stretch here. Breathing. Float down, come right back out of it. Curl the back toes, knee comes up, come forward. Standing forward fold, reach up to the sky. Really big opening here. Hands to heart center in prayer. Pause, take a breath. Breathing here. Okay, inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Go back to the right side, send the right foot back, gently drop the knee, but we're going to stay low. So the arms are going to stay down, and we're going to start to drop the hips and move back. Get a nice hip stretch. Follow your breath. Soften your jaw, your face. You can even sort of hang your head down and drop your chin here because it's not going to be about the upper body right now. We're thinking about this lower body area as we flow and move here. Okay, let's do this. Come forward one more time. Let's meet back and let's see if we can bring the heel or the leg a little forward. Maybe you need to take the blocks a step back if you're using them. Okay, let's concentrate on the foot. Sole, I almost said palm. Sole of the foot towards the earth. Bring the toes up and have that movement, but match breath with it because it's a big opening. Okay, let's do this where we take the sole of the foot down and we keep it down. Relax your head, relax your jaw. Let that opening happen on the front of the foot, on the ankle, on the shin. Okay, let's relax in the foot. Let the toes come up. Long spine. And we can hinge at the hips to exhale, fold forward. The breath is so important here. This is really, really a big opening. So find that long exhale. Find that softness in it. Take one more breath. Float the spine up. Plant the foot, bend the knee. Come up off the back knee. Bring that back leg forward. Roll your spine up, reach up, hands in prayer, right to heart center. Pause for a moment. All that on the other side. Inhale. Exhale, fold, send your left leg back. Let's move through all that again so we make sure that we prep properly. Support yourself, start to drop and lift. And if you need to move that front foot forward, that might have to happen. Sometimes I have to scoot it a little forward. You can go as low as you want here, as long as it feels okay on your body. Dropping down. Remember, you're breathing. You're breathing in all these poses. Linking breath with movement. Okay, let's do one more time where we drop forward. Let's meet with the hips back a little bit. So come on back. And then we're going to work with the foot. So pop the toes, move your blocks if you need to. And then you start to dynamically move the foot. This is interesting because we're really centering in on that foot and that ankle. So it's sort of an area that we don't really focus on a lot. It might feel very tight for some of us. So this is where the exhale comes in handy. Okay, sole of the foot, hold it down towards the ground. Maybe you even need to bend the knee a little bit to get the sole of the foot down. Feel that stretch. Okay, let the foot relax, toes up, heel down, long spine, open your chest, and on your exhale, drop down. And it's not as if you're going to get it right away, right? You're going to go towards it and you're going to keep your breath moving through you as you get this beautiful opening in the whole back of that front leg. One more breath for me. Sending the breath right to where you feel that tightness, that tension. Slowly bring your spine up. Okay, listen, we're going to do something different. Foot down, knee bent. Bring the front foot back. Here you are in tabletop. Set yourself up in tabletop and find child's pose. And notice how you feel. Reaching the arms forward, feeling an opening in your hips. Breathing here. So we move through all of these poses, all of these postures, and the one thing that links everything is the breath. So notice your breath here in stillness, in child's pose. Really become aware of how it feels, how it sounds. How deep are you breathing? Is your breath smooth or is it maybe a little jagged? There's no right or wrong. Breath changes. Okay, we're going to bring ourselves to our bellies, and I definitely want to give you options for this, for how challenging you want it to be. So you could come to tabletop to lower down. You could find plank, which is referred to as a chaturanga when you lower down. Whatever you choose, I want you to enter on the exhale. So take an inhale and then exhale, lower down. Completely soften and release and set yourselves up in crocodile. That's when we stack our forearms. We bring our forehead down. Make sure there's no watch or bracelet under your forehead, obviously. You can open up your legs a little bit in the back. Crocodile is so good for this lower back. So feel that you're softening in your lower back. Maybe even rock your hips a little bit back and forth. Let's take a few breaths here together. Okay, and we're in this morning practice, and I love to do at least one back bend sequence in a morning practice. So let's bring ourselves to our first back bend, and I'm going to cue that it's or cobra, but you don't have to do with the hand. You could always go into Sphinx, but we will do dynamic. Try that you have it when you come up, that the head, when you pulse up, is the last thing to lift up. So you're really like a wave coming up, and then you wave down. And then try it again. Come on and wave up. Head is the last to lift. Come on down. Try it 2 more times for me. Follow the breath. Last one. For this variation, all right, come on down, rest, stack your hands, turn the head to one side. If the glutes are still engaged, release them for a moment. Okay, if we're gonna hold it, how would you like to hold it? Would you like to be in Cobra or Sphinx? You decide. So set yourself up, take that inhale up. This is our second variation of a back bend. Open the chest, lift the head. Take one more breath, full inhale, full exhale. Down, take your time. Turn your head, relax, release the glutes, maybe even shake the hips back and forth. Okay, last one, I'm gonna do something a little bit different. Stay down first, bend your knees, bring your feet towards your bottom. So bring your feet towards your seat. And then from this, again, you can either do Sphinx or Cobra, but I want to warn you, you might not go up as high because the feet or the legs are bent. So take your time on the inhale, enter. It's like a little bit of a bow pose variation. Getting a nice stretch in your quads as you take your heels towards your seat. One more breath. Come on down. And then relax, legs down, turn your head, rock your hips back and forth. We just did about 3 variations of 3 back bend sequences, and we're going to counter it with 3 forward folds. So we'll come all the way up to tabletop. But listen, you could go through plank if you want to. Curl the toes. Come on up. Tabletop. Child's pose is our first counter. Hold that for a few breaths. Second counter could be to float yourself to tabletop, and you either do cat-cow or you curl the toes and find a down dog. That's another forward fold. That's our second counter to the second back bend we did. Either cat-cow or down dog, you choose. Take another breath. And then the third one we'll do seated, but before we do that, bring the knees down. If you want to find hero, you can bring your seat back to your heels. Just rest for a moment. Pause, relax. And then let's all meet on our seat and sweep our legs out in front of us. And we will do our third counter of a forward fold from here, okay? So set your seat up, adjusting your sitting bones. Let's move dynamically. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold forward, tap the hands down. Try that 2 more times. Reaching up, tapping down, and then reaching up and tapping down. But let's do this. Let's be at the top. So come on up here to the top with me. Reach your arms up and then bring your arms down. Find your strap. Find your strap. Mine's way over here. So we're going to hold Paschimottanasana, which is simply a seated forward fold. The strap tends to help a little bit. So even here, don't feel like you have to have your legs straight. You can soften your knees, just like our forward folds. You can soften your knees. Okay, whatever feels good for you. Here you are here. Sometimes I bring them together because it's a little easier to walk down. Up to you. So long spine, relax your shoulders and use the breath. So inhale, lengthen. Exhale, hinge a little bit. Pause. Inhale, exhale, and start to move down as you breathe. Drop your chin, close your eyes. Go to your edge and then maybe just back off a little bit, but always stay with the breath. Let's take one more breath together in seated forward fold. Go ahead and drop the strap just so you can reach your arms by your ears. Come all the way up. And this always feels good after seated forward fold. Drop the hands, open up the belly and lean back a little bit of a back bend. Open your collarbones. When the head comes back, be mindful about it. Open the throat. Reach the arms up, and let's meet seated here in Dandasana just for a moment. Find prayer. Find Ganesh Mudra. Right hand spins to the front. Link your hands. Inhale, pull, engage. Exhale, soften. Inhale, pull, soften. Try it one more time. Pull and soften. Nice. Okay. This one I don't teach a ton. It's called Marichyasana. We're going to bend the right leg right here, and this foot actually stays here, okay? It's a forward fold that actually happens on the inside of this bent leg. So this is why a strap is nice. You can take the strap. Some of us might need to walk this foot out a little bit of the bent leg. And what happens is this bent leg tends to do this just so we can fold forward, but you want to actually keep it hugged in. So you want to keep it. So this shoulder comes a little bit in front of that, or rather on the inside of that, okay? And again, it really wants to do this, right? But see if you can hug it in. And the strap is nice because you can start to bring yourself down. It is a big stretch on that hip, so use your breath. Use your breath. Bring your chin in, relax your face. Don't hold the posture in your face. Breathe, soften. One more breath, please. Okay, now when you come up, give your leg a moment, sort of maybe even lean back, straighten it, and bring it down, and then rub into it, because that's a big stretch. Okay, let's see how the other side feels. We never know. Let's see on every day. Okay, so again, maybe walk the foot out a little bit here, right? Because really the setup of it is you might need that space. Put your strap here on the extended leg. This leg is going to want to go out, but really glue it to that shoulder as you fold forward. You feel that in your lower back as well, so adjust as you need, please. And maybe that means you're not folding forward as far. You're just having a little tiny bit of hinge at the hips. Take about 2 more breaths for me, finding where you are here in Marichyasana prep. And let's take this last breath together. Nice big inhale. Exhale the breath out. Drop the strap, come on up. And then let this leg release. You can lean back and straighten it, maybe massage that hip. Just move your strap to the side for the moment. We are going to use it again. And let's open the legs up. Upavista Konasana. So take it slowly. That Marichyasana probably prepped our hips for this. So see how that feels, sitting on your sitting bones and getting them adjusted. And again, the legs don't have to be glued down. You could have soft knees here, still get a nice stretch here. Okay, if you're happy here and you're seated upright and it feels wonderful, please stay. If you want to come forward, I'm going to cue it, and you could even use a block if you want to, okay? Meaning that we take that inhale and we take our time to slowly come down. Pause, just like we did in the seated forward fold with the legs out in front of us. Down. Keep going, stopping when you need to. That's part of our practice, that we really are aware when we need to stop, right? That ego sort of peeking in, maybe telling us to keep going, but we really need to see how the pose feels in our bodies. Find a place where you can be still now, whether it's on a block or you're on the ground, or you're just upright and you're seated with a nice long spine, and then go right to your breath. Let's take one more breath together. Full inhale all the way into the belly. Exhale your breath out. And then come all the way up. Okay, it's nice to lean back, bend the knees, and bring your legs in and maybe rub into your legs. Okay, we're going to practice what's called Gomukhasana. It's a big shoulder opener, but we can use straps. There's so many modifications. Gomukhasana traditionally was taught that you can bend the left leg, put the right leg over top, and stack your legs like this. If you don't want to do that, good news is you don't have to. You could just sit cross-legged, or you could just have your legs out in front, okay? If you decide you want to cross, I was taught once by a teacher, which was so helpful. You could come into tabletop and put your right leg in front and then come in that way. You can try it that way. Up to you. Or just sit. Okay, opposite leg comes up from the leg or arm from the leg that's on top. So if this leg's on top, this leg is going to come up. I want you to find your strap. Make sure you hold it in your right hand, that you have a good tail end hanging there, okay? Because we're going to need it. So it's here. Okay, this arm comes up and it bends at the elbow when we reach. Oh, wait, wrong one. Switch. Sorry. Bend. Strap is in the arm that comes up and bends. There it is. Turn the thumb down and pull it back. There's the strap. Find it. Blind, right? Finding it. Okay, now when you're in it, stay comfortable in it, or start to walk the hands towards each other, or not. See what you need. And after sort of figuring it out, settle into it. Close the eyes. Find your breath. Cow face, that pointed ear of the cow on top and the mouth of the cow on the bottom. Take one more breath. Full inhale, full exhale. Okay, it matters how we come out of it. So I would say do the bottom arm first. Let it slide down your lower back. Let it rest to the side. Bring the top arm up and let it come out. Important how we come out of these poses. Okay, lean back, release your legs if they're crossed. You can already feel that expansion in the chest. Okay. And then left leg over top. So whether you just go like this and cross, or you go into tabletop to get a little tighter. Okay, let's do it right this time. Now we have the strap in this hand. And as we bend, the strap drops back our spine. It's there. We feel it. Okay, it's important how we do this setup. The thumb is up, the palm is out, and then the rotation is down and back. Find the strap, and you could stay right there where you land, or you could start to deepen it. Obviously, the goal is to get those hands together. So that's why the strap is so great, because you can still get that feeling with the assist of the strap. Okay, start to move into it. Go deeper, go as deep as you want, and then find stillness. Drop the chin, close the eyes. Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Really lengthen the breath here. Longest inhale you can, with a complete long exhale. Long inhale. One more breath. Okay, let's be mindful about coming out. Slide the bottom hand down your lower back by your tailbone. Let it drop. Reach the arm up. Let the arm come down. And then uncross your legs and just sit for a moment. Where did the time go? Breathe here. Okay, we're coming back to our backs. It's going to feel so good. So take your time to come to the front of your mat. Maybe the toes are at the front of your mat. Make sure your mat is cleared off. And you're going to do that one last little effort of reaching the arms and coming all the way back. And when you do that, rest. One hand on the belly, one hand on the heart, knees bent, feet flat. Check in with how you feel. We move through so many poses, so many big openings. So really see how the body feels. If you feel that it would feel best to hug knees into center, you could do that for yourself now. That's called Apanasana. Maybe massaging the lower back. From here, you have your knees hugged in. You can take the legs straight up to the sky, flex the feet, bend the knees back down. Do that 2 more times for yourself, please. Straighten the legs, flex the feet, bend. And then 1 more time, straighten and flex. Let's leave the legs up for a full breath. And then take your time, one leg down at a time. And at this time, we're moving to Shavasana with the thought that I'd like to give you a fair amount of Shavasana. So taking your time, setting yourselves up in Shavasana, which is your final pose, moving as you need, finding support as you need. Expanding still, even in this pose where you can open the arms up and let the legs open up, let the feet drop out to the side. And with every in-breath, filling up with prana in the whole body. And with every exhale, every out-breath, dropping down a little more and relaxing here. And I'll give you a few moments in Shavasana, and I'll quietly bring you out in the end. In yoga, we can meditate on Ganesh for new adventures, a new job, or even on your birthday. He brings protection. He's usually shown with a mouse at his feet, which symbolizes our wandering minds. By riding the mouse, Ganesh controls it. He therefore controls our minds by helping to still them. He teaches us that the obstacles we face in our lives are not outside of us, but inside our minds, known as vrittis, or thought fluctuations. As you quietly bring yourselves back from Shavasana, start to add some movement to your body, wiggling your toes, moving your feet, maybe moving your hands and fingers. Take your time, please. Reaching your arms back behind you. Follow your breath as you bring your arms back down and quietly roll to your sides. And we'll meet seated to seal in our Ganesh practice together, knowing that you can use all of these yoga tools during your day. If you need to stop, pause, and find Ganesh Mudra, you now know it. The remover of obstacles. So bringing the hands to heart center, turning the palms so the right is in front, left is back, and linking. Relax the shoulders, maybe close the eyes. Take an inhale, engage and pull. Exhale, release. And do that 2 more times for yourself. Last one. Bringing hands to heart center. Closing class with 1 Om, silent inhale. Om. Thank you, everyone. Have a beautiful day.
Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace,
Thank
peace.
you. Have a beautiful day, everyone.
Terrific
Thank
class,
you.
Katie. Thank you. It's good to have you back.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.